Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The reason that we're here today is that there's a major problem with electronic billing. You see, less than 15% of people are actually switching off the paper bills and statements. And while this may be good for the post office, it's really not good for banks and billers that are trying to drive down their costs and speed up their payments. You know, traditionally, bills have arrived in our inbox, in our post box, and you would think that the electronic equivalent is actually the inbox, but no. As an e-billing customer, I'm forced to go back to a website portal to fetch my bills and statements. And this requires registration, username and passwords, and multiple page navigation for each and every biller. And this is why we have such low e-billing adoption today. But we can change that. You see, we shouldn't be asking customers to come back to a website and fetch their bills. We should be delivering them to them as a secure attachment to an email. See, that will place you in control of the paperless adoption because all you really need is an email address. So here's my folder with my bills and statements. You can see a couple of our clients, Barclays, Amex, Diners Club, Citibank. And in fact, the inbox is the perfect consolidator for all my bills. It's because I spend a lot of my time there. And opening an email bill is just as easy as opening a paper bill. And this is how you will drive paperless adoption. So let's show you what I mean. Here's the customer experience. The email has arrived in my inbox and has been digitally signed to prove that the real biller sent it. Behind the scenes, it's protected by SBF and DKIM. The face of the email has authentication details that enables us to understand the biller and the customer and protects against phishing and fraud. And on the right of the email, you'll see some space for marketing and customer notices. The bill, the statement, is actually attached as a PDF attachment and does not require going back to any website. There's no registration and no new username and password combination to remember. The body of the email contains instructions for what we call a shared secret, which is how we unlock the attachment. So let's go and see how this looks. The PDF opens up with a dialog box. This is in your standard PDF reader. No new download required. It requires a shared secret to unlock. Now this is known information, date of birth and last 4 digits of my card, enough to secure it. The obvious question is then, how strong is the security? Well, traditionally, documents arrive in your postbox secured with a paper envelope. And this is secured with 256-bit AES encryption. Let's open up the document. You're now looking at our next generation interactive PDF bill. And this is how you will get customers to adopt paperless billing. This isn't just a PDF copy of the bill. It's so much more than that. A website in a document on your local machine. And the first page is a landing page, has customer information and a bill payment form. But the billing provides some, or the page provides some space for cross-sell and upsell, and your marketing department will love this. But billing is all about collecting the money, and I can actually take payment directly off this form without visiting a website. But before I pay, I actually want to see this in action. What's the bill total? So let's go to the bill. Now this does look a little bit like the paper that it's replaced, and it shows a headline summary of the amounts, the payments, and the charges. It has a single sign-on for previous bills back on the website if you need it. And for portal owners out there, this is how you will drive customers back to your self-service portal with links like this throughout the document. Here's what customers absolutely love, though. The transaction list is an interactive table. It allows you to sort by clicking on any of the columns. The 80-20 rule, if I want to see what the most expensive transaction is, click. That's what I need. But we can use this data to generate some interactive graphs. Let's have a look. Can you see how much better this is going to be than a black and white paper bill? Let's move to the update form. The update form is incredibly valuable because you've already authenticated the customer. This means you trust the data that comes back from this form, and you can use it to update your back-end databases. The last tab is the data tab, where you can save the data and then upload into your personal financial management software, such as Microsoft Money or the many that you'll see today. But now that I've reviewed my bill, I want to pay it. So I go back to the home page, and I can choose the preferred payment method. The form will request the appropriate details. I enter my details, and I click Pay My Bill. I will then get a confirmation pop-up that that payment has actually been made. In addition, the payment details can be saved for future use. And this is so easy that 40% of people do this within 2 days. So let's switch now to the camera and see how this looks on a subsequent bill that will arrive on my mobile. When I receive that bill, I'm going to be able to look at it and see the amount and see if that's correct. If it's acceptable, I click on the one-click pay button, and I immediately get a pop-up to say, this is what has been completed. Here's the transaction completed. The key to this is that it doesn't require any specific mobile operating system. All it needs is an internet connection. The details saved from previous history are now used to make that payment. Let's go back to the laptop for a look at the future. We've just shown you that the secret to paperless adoption is to deliver the bills. And our bills are already being delivered into Facebook email messaging. But here's a brand new app where we push these bills into your Facebook profile. There's a link to the PDF and the same one-click payment as you have on your mobile and in the email. So today, the average paperless adoption is hovering around 15%. Strata customers enjoy 50% adoption and growing every month. But we know this is only real if you test it yourself. So you may take out your mobiles and send an email to finovate@strata.com, and you'll be able to get the mobile demo straight to your mobile, and you'll be able to play with the PDF on your PC later. If you want to switch off paper, come and have a talk to us later. Thank you.